Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Girl Be Free podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan, where I'm going to inspire and motivate you to show up for yourself. This week, I'm giving you a little tough love from one friend to another, and I want you to stop waiting for someone to help you and first help yourself. So I had to learn this lesson for myself several years ago because I thought that just by being me, that people were going to help me along my journey. But you know what? I had an expectation for other people to do more for me than I was doing for myself. And so this week, I want to encourage you to do the same thing. Stop waiting for somebody to help you and help yourself. Bottom line, you got to do something. If you are so tired of feeling stuck and frustrated in your life, you have to show up for yourself without expecting somebody to do the work for you. Life is literally passing you by. And what's going to happen if you continue to do nothing? Year after year after year will pass. You're going to get older and older and older and regret that you didn't make better choices when you were younger. So, my recommendation or my suggestion for you is that if you want people to help you, you first have to show interest in yourself. You have to get up every day and go after it, whatever that thing is, right? I get messages from women, I get DMs, I see people in person, I get emails with women telling me that they feel stuck in their life and they're frustrated and all this jazz. And then when I ask, well, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing for yourself? And how are you, trying to get yourself out of this funk or whatever that you're in? They have nothing. But yet they want someone to give them all the answers and lay out life's plan, and they're not doing anything for themselves. And then oftentimes they'll say, oh, I don't have enough time or I don't have enough money. Okay, that's fair enough. But guess what? There's a podcast that you can listen to. There's a library that you can go to and get books. There's classes and things that you can take. There's support that you can get when you first start doing the work yourself. So if you're someone that's dealing with fear, guess what? You can find a book or a resource to help you get, push past your fears. I offer a plethora of resources for free just by listening to this podcast, right? Obviously, there's resources that I have that you can invest in when you're ready to take it to the next level. If you're ready to change your life, you can't wait for someone to hold your hand and do it. You have to figure out what needs to be done and do it. It's like you're asking for people to support and help you when you haven't even showed up for yourself. And listen, everyone is busy trying to figure out this thing called adulting, which is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. So, when you want support, when you want help, guess what? Check yourself and say, well, how am I doing the work myself first before I reach out and ask someone for help, or before I reach out and say, I need X, Y, and Z? What are you doing for yourself first? Whatever it is that you need, make sure you're being that for yourself. All right. So if you want more love, guess what? You need to love yourself first. You need to practice self care. And I'm not talking about this trendy stuff that you see on the internet about taking a bath, getting facials, mani pedis. Yes, all of that is great. But when I talk about self care, I'm talking about your emotional and mental well being. How are you caring for yourself in that way? If you want more fun in your life, then do more things that excite you. Do more things that bring you joy. Not because it's tied to another person, but because it brings you pure happiness. If you want more money in your life, figure out how can you increase your income and how can you reduce your expenses so that way you have more to work with. If you want to grow in your life and really develop as a person, then figure out how to get unstuck. How do you free yourself? Do you need to hire a coach? Do you need a mentor? Do you need accountability partners? Do you need to join the BeFree Inner Circle to get that community support? Whatever it is that you need, figure out what that is so that you can move forward. If you want true friendships in your life, figure out how can you be a better friend, right? And if you want to change your life and really transform things in a whole new way, join me for the Girl Be Free retreat that's happening October 10th through the 13th, where I am cultivating this magical experience for women all across the globe to connect in one space where we pour into each other, we support and inspire one another, and we learn what it means to really show up in the most authentic way possible. And of course, there will be this goddess circle where you will learn how to walk and into your feminine power. We're going to have curated activities that will be interactive for you to learn how to grow and just be free to live your best life. And of course, we're going to have fun. And if that's an experience that you want to be a part of, go to girlbefreeretreat.com. The link is in the show notes so that you can learn more and book your space today. Listen, I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you grow, but you have to take the initiative and show that you want to be helped by doing the work. And you have to figure out what that work is for yourself so that way you can get the support where you need it. As always, I appreciate you for tuning in. Again, this was some tough love that I felt fresh in my spirit this morning as I was preparing what I wanted to talk about. I'm like, you know what? Let me just get on here and offer some motivation to challenge you to show up for yourself. I do want to add too that anything related to the Girl Be Free podcast, Be Free Project is now on one IG page. So you can follow me on Instagram at Be Free Project. I do go live a couple of times a week for our Be Free chat. So if you want to engage with me more, that's the place to be. The handle is in my show notes. Again, it's Be Free Project. And then I would love for you to share your key takeaways from this episode by clicking the link in the show notes and leaving a comment on my website for this particular episode. And you can do that for any podcast episode that you listen to, where you can head back and click the link in the show notes. It'll take you to that page and you can leave a comment. I would love for you to do that so that I can engage with you. As always, you can leave a review of this podcast on Apple Podcasts. Also, y'all been sending me DMs and emails about how much you love that podcast. Thank you so much for that. Keep that coming. I love it. And then finally, share this episode wherever you hang out on social media. Just feel free to tag me at Be Free Project. Until next time, girl, be free.